weather's getting nice and we want to drive with the doors off. I had them off the other day though, and when you take the doors off, you got no mirrors. So there's a couple different options for mirrors. We're going to check one set of them out today and see if they're a good fit. Big difference between the different types of mirrors you got. Some of them are hinge mounted and some of them actually use some of these holes and mount up here on the windshield frame. So we're going to check out a set today and see if they're a good fit for the Jeep. If you've never taken your doors off before, we got another video that shows you how to do that. But today, mirrors is what we're looking at. So the mirror set we're trying out today is from Joytis. This is available on Amazon. We dropped a link down below if you want to check it out. Pretty affordable and got great reviews. So we're going to try them out and see what they're like. So when you open it up, you got the mounts, the bars, some attachment hardware, and the mirrors. And you got instructions. It's always good. Doesn't always come with these. So happy that this company decided to include instructions. We put on stuff all the time, and a lot of times. So it's pretty simple. What you're going to need is primarily a T40 Torx. That's going to be the hardest tool to find in the toolbox, I'm sure. And then the rest is just wrenches that you can use. So you're going to take out these top two bolts here. They're a T40. So go ahead and get your T40, pop those ones out. So the T40 is about this size, 6-pointed star. The good thing about looking for the T's is that that's when I usually find all the ones that have fallen down into my box. So if you need one of these, it's a T40. You can pick one up at a local hardware store, or we will put a link down below so you can buy this on Amazon, get it shipped right to you. We're then going to remove the top two bolts here. Now to put it on, we're going to have to take the big bolt out of the top of this because it's in the way. So you just pull that out. Welded nut is going on the bottom. Then in the kit, you do get new hardware. So I'm just going to grab out these new T40 bolts, which are pretty much the same. They come with a hard washer instead of the plastic washer. On the back of the bracket, it does have foam already applied. Alright, then the next part is mirror assembly. You got the arm, this flat part is going on the mirror. Behind that you got the washer, the lock washer, and the nut. The nice thing here is they put all of those on the arm so you actually know what hardware is going on here. I'm going to just put that on there loosely for now. Then we're going to put this back in. This is the insert that's going to hold the arm on it. So we're going to slide that in, slide the arm in. You got a couple different positions to choose from. So on this one, I'm picking the position that's going to bring the mirror almost straight out. We may end up doing something different with that a little bit, but it seems most natural because that's about where the factory one sits. Gonna tighten that up. That fits in there nice and tight. And then the last part is gonna find the best adjustment to this mirror. That's gonna take sitting in the seat. All right, then we should be good to go. The cool part about this is a quick release setup. So when I'm done and I want to put the doors back on, obviously I don't want to go through all this. This takes maybe 5 minutes to do, but I don't want to spend 5 minutes doing it every time. So when you are done, you're just going to loosen the big nut off the top here. And then you can remove the whole assembly, drop the nut back in, tighten that up, leave that on there, and then all you gotta do is throw the mirrors back on. And then the last thing you can do is you can actually tighten these screws up once you get it all set so that this mirror doesn't move around. Do the same thing on the other door and we'll go test them out. So there we go, we got them both installed. Took about 10 minutes. Seemed to fit pretty nice. look pretty good. These are black painted. They got a rubber gasket around the mirror here. You'd have to tighten this nut up pretty tight to get them to stay in where you want them. So just make sure you tighten all that hardware up. Let's go take them for a ride and see how they work. I got the doors off in the Jeep, and if you've ever driven with the doors off and no mirrors, it's not a great experience. So these are a great option. They're cheap. They're on Amazon. There's a link down below if you want them. Do they have the clarity and the stability of the factory mirrors? No, but they're also, you know, 30, 40 bucks. Things that are great about them, they are a nice size. They got a nice location. They're easy to put on and off, easy to install. Things that, you know, they could probably improve some on. You do have to tighten them down a lot to get all that shake out of them. It's not a hard thing. There's 3 screws on the back and then the 1 big screw. The little ratchet pieces that allow you to adjust the arms, the teeth in there could probably be a little bit sharper so that it's a little more difficult to move because you'd have to tighten them down quite a lot. One thing I did notice is along the seams on these, the paint is a little thin. It's definitely paint, not powder coat, just so you don't get that rust that forms in the cracks, those kind of things. They are steel, they're not aluminum, so I'd give them a good heavy coat of paint before I used them all the time. If you're just using them once in a while, I don't think it'd be a big deal. So these are a great option. It takes, you know, 2 minutes to take these mirrors on and off, and gives you that ability to just check and see what's right there on your corner. So they look good, they work good, and they're pretty cheap. So we dropped the link down below for you if you're looking for some mirrors when you're running with the doors off. Great option here. Thanks for watching. Go check them out.